Like
So Joe Biden said that is one of the funniest things I've ever fucking heard. Today's episode of KFC Radio is brought to you by Stacker 2 Energy. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Many people might notice the change right now that my microphone is on the left side. I know people are looking at those details. How long has it been broken? My microphone.
Amount of time.
My microphone for my audio podcast has been broken for legitimately a couple months.
I was gonna say months, yeah.
They just changed the mic out, didn't do anything. They changed the plug out, didn't do anything. Today, Nick just grabs a microphone that is 36 inches away and just moves that one over. He goes, "Oh yeah, that one's perfectly clean, perfectly clear, motherfucker."
It is nice to. I mean, to be like
It's fucking with me, by the way. Though it's over here now.
It is like you got a double mic. You look like you're like at a press conference. Where you got, like,
Any more questions? We'll do the rest of the show like this.
I don't know how. I mean, I use that mic every day. Not every day, but every interview I use that mic.
Right, you go over there. How stupid are we? How fucking dumb are we? It's not even like, oh, that was the forgotten mic. You go sit there every time we do an interview.
Always used.
And we're like, yeah, that one works. And then you leave a working microphone, and I go back to a broken one. Insanity. I'm sure they clean it up, but like legitimately 4 to 5 times a show. If I were to even go like this, like if I just move my mic, I used to be like moving it all around. I trained myself to stop, but every now and then I want to fix myself, so I would just move it, and the producer would stand up and go, put your plug back in, and I would stop, plug it in, and re-say what I was doing 5 times a show, 2 months.
So I haven't been in the room for like a month, and I started listening to the show, so I'm like caught up on it. Mm-hmm. It's not getting cleaned up that much. You're just fucking silent most of the time, and I'm like,
God damn it.
So I talked to the control room. They tried to switch a bunch of shit. I don't know. I'm at the point I'm about to just buy all new equipment.
Well, that's I said at one point. I said, fix the fucking problem. And they were like, okay. And then it didn't get fixed. And then I even got a text from Jackie being like, I fixed your microphone. And I was like, did Jackie? I don't know if that's her forte exactly. And she didn't. Yeah. Okay, what do we got today? Let's start with your girl, Taylor.
Okay.
I mean, this bitch has got to stop dating famous people.
I mean,
she just has to stop.
Well, I don't think.
Come on, that's crazy, dude. She's gone through like 3 fucking major boyfriends in like a year.
It's like
if that was a friend at that age, you'd be like, stop, just be single.
Yeah,
stop it.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I let friends do whatever the fuck they like.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know it's not what I'd do.
Yeah, you're right. Like the overwhelming irony of like you wouldn't tell your friend to do anything, but you will. Scream at a celebrity.
Yeah.
If it was my friend, I'd be like, I mean, I think you're an idiot.
Yeah.
If it was a guy, I would say you're an idiot. I wouldn't be like, stop doing it. I'd be like, you're an idiot.
I've had guys. I'm like, that chick sucks. And
well, no, I mean more like if I never said that. I will never be like, I hate that girl.
Yeah.
I only did it one time. I told the story before. I'll never do it again. Didn't do anything. But if somebody was like, I was in a relationship, broke up, it was a problem, dated another guy or girl that was like an issue, and then like 2 months later you're dating, I would be like, just be single. Stop. Stop.
Well, no,
but then I would be like, whatever.
I would do what I always do, which is I would tease them about it until they stopped.
Right.
I wouldn't have an honest conversation.
Do you remember? Do you remember when?
I'd be like, whoa, look at someone's dating a new famous person, huh? And I'd needle them until they stopped.
That's exactly it. Exactly. That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think, between guys and girls. I think guys are there to needle you and make fun of you and bust your balls until you change your ways. But girls just do it behind your back.
I'm not trying. Like when I do that, I'm not like trying to
change
your mind. Like if you here's the thing I not always think, but like I thought recently were like it was like yum yucking. You know, I am a true believer in don't yuck your yum.
Yep.
But also I'm a true believer in like if it is my yum, you can't yuck it. Like
I'm unyuckable.
Like, people make fun of me all the time for how much I like Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. People make fun of me all the time for how much I like Fast and Furious. It's like, but the times I've faked things, the times I've been like trying to convince myself I like it, then I'm like, then it gets to me, and
that's an issue of security.
Yeah, right.
And as much as we joke around about like no self-esteem, I think we're both very secure in what we like and don't like.
Right.
It's just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care what you think. You know, it's the difference between saying you don't care and truly not caring what other people think. Because a lot of people.
Because those ones when you are trying to put on airs, you do care about people because you're trying to impress them. And when you're getting teased about it, you're like, they know.
Right.
And
right.
So like
you're feeling it yourself, and then you carry yourself that way. When I saw the Out of Order skit about the Spotify Wrapped,
yes,
and I heard that's real, like not to that extent, but that people will play songs overnight on mute to get their Spotify Wrapped to say certain things.
Dude, mine.
I was like, yo, if you do that, you should legitimately kill yourself. Remove yourself from society. That is insane. First of all, nobody has to see if you don't.
Yeah, you don't
have to post it. But if you want to post it so bad and you want it to look a certain way, that you schedule playing music that you don't like to show other people that you listen to music.
Dude, mine is the exact opposite. And like I'm
mad when I'm like Drake.
I am as basic as it fucking comes.
Totally.
Like,
my shit was like.
I thought I was like unique, and I thought I'd been listening to that new Counting Crows live at where'd they play? It's what I'm listening to right now. Whatever, but like something live at.
I hate that.
August and everything live at Town Hall. And it's like it's very disappointing when it's like it is all Drake. Mine is always all Taylor, but but then I crossed over with that too, where I'm like, I'm not in the top 0.01%.
Yeah, that I do show a little bit of pride in. I've never had an honest shot at it because my kids have half of it, so like I'm never gonna get into anybody's top 1%.
Yeah.
I would like to know. I don't know.
By the way, what do you do at night?
What do I do at
Last
night?
night you texted me. Did you go to do that? You texted me a podcast clip. Were you just like?
What did I do?
You texted me a podcast clip, and like, are you just listening to podcasts tonight, or did you go to listen to that to find the clip?
I went to listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be weird. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Like,
and I said
you
you
just sit around listening to
yeah,
podcasts?
yeah. No, that's an interesting topic as well. That I saw the article in the New Yorker about Hasan Minhaj and his special, which I think this is kind of crazy. I really like him. He's a cool dude, and I thought he was like I was very impressed with how far he made it, and just like cool guy, likes basketball. I thought we clicked, all good, and I still think that is true. But the report in the whole thing is weird. It's an article in the New Yorker that talks about how the stories in his special are not real, but it's including him in the article. It's not like a hit piece, really. You know what I mean? Like it has.
Yeah,
it's not like accusatory, but it kind of is. And so the tagline is like his special.
So is he the one? Like, did he admit it?
That's what I don't
Like,
get.
okay.
I wonder if he was trying to get ahead of it. I wonder if someone came and asked for a comment, and maybe he said like, "Let me sit down with you. Let's play ball."
Yeah.
Or maybe this person was not really writing.
You know what I'm guessing it is? He's gonna get the Daily Show host, and people are gonna find out.
That's a great idea. That's a great point. I actually thought he already had it.
He was one of the guest hosts and stuff like that.
That's a good point.
And
I think he there must have been a groundswell of people being like, this shit isn't true, for him to do this.
Yeah.
And that, so the article is like his act talks about experiences of racism and all this stuff of being a Muslim American and an Indian American, period. And then it says like, does it matter that some of these things never happened? So it wasn't. It was more like positing the question, like, hey, is this okay? How do you feel about it? Rather than being like, this motherfucker's lying in his special. And so at first I saw that and I was like, this is bullshit. Everybody fucking exaggerates. Everybody embellishes. You take this guy from this story and this place, put it together to make it better. And then you learn the stories of which is true and which is not. One of them being that he went to prom with a white girl. And when he showed up to the house, they were like, you're not good enough for her. and she went with a different guy, and he made a joke about like, dating white women, but was like, yeah, that was like the first time I really experienced, racism or whatever, prejudice for being Muslim. It's just not true. That girl, he put her picture up on the fucking big screen during his act, and I think he like lightly blurred out her face, but he left the boyfriend in, and I think he used her name.
Like it's like it's not like. It's a bit like I can vividly remember the
billboard,
picture.
right?
Like a red dress.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I haven't gone to watch the special. I watched it when it first came out when he came on the show. But I remember the picture. Like it's a prominent piece. It's not like a quick here you go.
No, yeah. It's like
that's
that part
crazy.
of his act is having the big. At
least
screen.
just use a fake prom picture.
Right, or just like you don't even need to.
Well, there is with that like you and I texted about it last night, so I'm going to repeat myself to you a little bit, but like. I don't think anyone else would check other comedians' jokes. Like you wouldn't be like, was Shane really in Australia and a guy pulled his hat off?
Yeah.
Like it would you, but Hasan, a lot of his jokes have like points. Like he's actually a perfect Daily Show host where it's like
it's a little bit preachy.
It almost becomes a little like this is a thing that happened. Like it's the joke. That's not a punchline. Right. That's a
well, and usually there in that act, in that special, if you've seen it, there is like a punchline, and then he like turns to the camera and he's like, "But that's when I realized that I had, and it's like, oh,
right. There are jokes in it, but the point isn't to make you laugh. The point's to make you think. And which is like, I mean, you're still doing your job there. It's I'm gonna have like a real wishy-washy take on it because like I see both sides of it. Where like, but I do think at times he's using the I'm a comedian as a crutch, where it's like. But you're not being a comedian right there.
Yeah, right there you're being like a Daily Show, like a.
And actually on the other side of things, that's why I never cared about Brian Williams. When people were like, he's a news anchor. I'm like, he was on the couch telling a story with his with like.
People don't realize those guys are basically.
He wasn't delivering the news. He was telling a story like, and
that was a little weird too.
That was weird too. But that one was like
he said he was like on a helicopter that got shot down, right?
But he said got shot at, and they were on a helicopter and they landed in a hot zone. Like I don't know.
Oh, I thought he said he got like it was like Black Hawk Down.
No, but like I was like I don't know. That's fucking. You're telling Stephen Colbert the story. Maybe you got shot at, and maybe the bullets were just flying.
It's like, bro, I'm trying to keep my $30 million a year job. I gotta keep up the act. But I agree with that. That's what the only thing. So there was a story about the family that was basically racist. The story about once he started getting big and he was talking about politics a lot. And putting his opinions out there, someone mailed him a letter that they thought had anthrax on it. And in the special, he says he opened it and the powder got on his daughter and they went to the hospital. None of that was true. There was a letter mailed to his house. They thought it was anthrax. It wasn't. That was true. Never went to the hospital. Nothing ever happened with the baby. And that was also a big point where he said his wife was like, if you ever endanger our children again, and she still could have said that because she's like, yo, we're getting weird.
That's why that one's particularly weird too. Like, just don't go to the hospital.
Just say that, yeah.
Like,
because, bro, and let me tell you this. I'll just say this for myself. You can embellish any which way you want. If I was ever telling a story that Shay got anthrax and went to the hospital and it wasn't true, and people found that out, I would be mortified.
Yeah.
Mortified. Like that is, I don't know. That's some karma shit. Like you're putting that out in the universe. You're using your kid for that, and like you just didn't need to. You could have just been like, a letter got sent to the house. That's enough, dude. You could even still say the same thing your wife said. Like a wife would absolutely still be mad about a fucking letter of anthrax showing up, even if you didn't sneeze it onto your baby.
Bro, I remember back in Milton when someone fucking put a dildo on Dave's door. The first lady was like, because they like that's enough.
Right, to be like you just know
your home has been invaded, quote unquote, so to speak. Where like people know where you live now. People who want to hurt you or at least scare you know where you lay at night. Like you're not comfortable in your own home anymore. That's a violation enough.
So that's what makes me feel. So there's two parts of it in my mind. There's like the business side of it where it's like, can comedians do it? The other side of it is just like, that's a really weird lie, dude.
Yeah,
that's I don't like that. That you're lying about your kids getting anthrax. And then the last one was the story of brother Eric, who was a white dude who converted to Islam, and they played basketball together and stuff. They hung out, and he said, I knew that he was like working like for Al Qaeda, like he was in like a splinter cell or whatever, right? And then one day, like it turned out that he was an FBI informant, and the whole story was that his dad was like, Brother Eric is like so good, and Hasan was like, no, that guy's a little weird, and he was like, and I was proven right when one day the police showed up and.
He made a joke about a bomb.
Yeah, this whole joke about getting his pilot's license, right?
Yeah,
like all these things about like 9/11 and that guy's in the article, and he's like, I have no idea why he would say any of that, because that guy is a real person, and he's just like, we used to play basketball, and the old white guys used to like, we would joke that the old racist white guys who don't like us would like foul us hard, and like so that's what we would joke about, like that stuff. But he's like,
that is
so now like you're using a real person saying that he was an FBI informant and might have been involved in terrorism. You said your baby got anthraxed, and the family who he used in his special said that they got like death threats and letters and shit being like, you're racist. Loud, aggressive, and straight out of the Attitude Era. I'm not talking about Feitelberg, man. I'm talking about Stacker 2, the original, the OG in the energy and supplement space. Back when Johnny was working at the store slinging supplements, Stacker 2 was on those shelves. They've been around for that long, so you know that they are the original, and the original is always the best, like KFC Radio. Stacker 2, they have the energy shots and the chew gummies. Now, the chew gummies have more caffeine than other energy gummies while being small in size and price. So you don't have to chew up a lot, and you don't have to spend a lot. Stacker 2 chew gummies and energy shots are both designed to give you maximum energy while still tasting amazing. This here is the blue raspberry. The chewies are like almost like a Starburst, like a soft, gooey, it tastes like a pink Starburst. And the Stacker 2 B12 10,000% energy shots, it has 10,000% of your daily value of B12. 10,000, folks. That is
10,000.
9,900 more than you even need, because Stacker 2 goes that far above and beyond for you to have.
Because you always need more than you need.
You always need more than you need.
That's right.
That's what Stacker 2 says. Stacker 2 energy gummies are a bite-sized burst of delicious energy that help you take on whatever comes your way. Bite back with the stack. Bite back with the stack and go to buy Stacker 2 Chew energy gummies and B12 energy shots at Dollar General, where you can find all your favorite Stacker 2 products, or go to stacker2.com. That's a lot. Those three things in one special, all three of those.
No, I think those are two. Man, they might be one. Maybe they're one. Maybe it's all Homecoming.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You're right. Even if it's spread over two, that's a lot to have three lies. That if you lie and it's just a joke, I'm fine with it. If you lie and it's a joke and you're using it for preachy messages about racism stuff, I get a little bit like meh, because it's like you're now fabricating racism. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that kind of racism does exist, and if you want to comment on it, that's fine. So I'll give you like a half pass. If you lie and it's preachy and it negatively affects other people because you use the real names and their pictures and all that shit, can't do that.
It is like I'm towing the line, because I do think like comedians should get to tell their stories.
Right.
Yes. Like when you talk to Nate Bargatze's like one of our favorite stories is Bargatze with the horse.
Yes.
And the dead horse and climbing Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
And he's like, those are two different days, like weekends or whatever.
But like, those are still true, and he just kind of melds them together, and it's like,
it's one of those things. And actually, I like when people always say slippery slope. I'm like, I don't think the slope is that slippery unless you want it to be, kind of deal.
Unless you slide.
Like, if you start being like, well, this and this and this, on like every comedian's jokes, they're like, yeah, it's fucking, no comedian was like, I was at the mall last week. No, you weren't. Like, yeah, that's
so I was
Daniel Tosh
has
that, where he's like, I was at the mall last week. No, you weren't. Tell your joke.
Yes. I mean, there are guys who even say like, so I was at the mall last night. No, I wasn't. That's just the premise for my joke.
Yeah.
They make it, that's fine.
But this is obviously bigger than that. I didn't know Brother Eric was real. I thought it was just like the prom thing, and that was like weird, but it was whatever. Like, I don't know, like a family, which like that I thought was just real. Like, I don't know, like that doesn't surprise me. That like a white family and California.
That's what I mean. Like those stories, even if you fabricate it, I'm sure someone had that experience.
Yeah.
You know? So like, go ahead.
And I don't think it's just white families that do that. I'm not surprised that a white family would. I'm sure.
Totally.
I think Akash said on Flagrant that the Indian family would have said it more if he brought home a white girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a joke, and it's allowed in Italian and Jewish culture where it's like, it's not an Italian, it's not a Jew. What are you doing bringing it to me? Like,
that is a very normal thing.
Right.
But then, if you're just joking about like the greater thing, don't specifically put someone's fucking face on your special. You know what I mean?
That
is some sociopathic shit where you're lying, and you could just get away with it by. That girl probably would have been like, "That's not how that story went down," but whatever. But you put her face and her name out there, crazy dude, absolutely fucking crazy. And
like,
Akash was saying on his podcast that like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, they had a private conversation sitting eating dinner, and Hasan told her that same story, like not in front of cameras, not on the mic.
Committed to the bit. He's the Daniel Day-Lewis of
the method actor. Yeah, comedy. He's been. You know that is some shit though. Like there are people who tell lies for so long they believe it. You know.
Yeah.
Like you start to lose the.
But I do that too with like where I'm like, did that happen? Like I actually, if I'm not positive about a story, I've started telling like that's how I remember it.
Yeah, which is smart to do.
Because I think people just do that where it's like that. Like I did it on radio the other day where I was like. I think Lou told the joke, or like, because I don't know who it was who told it, but like, it's weird. Like you get it in your head where you're like, I'm just telling the story, and then like someone had to have said it. I'll just pick someone.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, no, I said it. You're like, oh, okay,
whatever.
my bad. Like,
but those are immaterial.
Yeah.
Like it's like fine, whatever. You know, if you were saying though, like, you know, Hank one time said like I'm a racist. You gotta get that one right. You know,
that's a good point.
So I mean. The whole thing just felt weird. That might be, you might be right. That like this feels like I got to get ahead of something. So let me do it with like maybe he knows someone at the New Yorker. She writes this article for him. We'll tell the facts. We'll pose it in a comedic license way. Let the people think what they want. Because as I was reading it, I was like, okay, you know, like I said, I like the guy and. Okay, yeah, that is an interesting question. Does it matter if it's... And then I was like, wait, what? No, this is fucking crazy. So they were kind of leading me down a path of like, this is just poetic license. And halfway through, I had to realize like, we're lying about babies getting anthrax and people being racist and people being terrorists. Like, these are big fucking lies.
It is like... it is particularly like weird when I don't know, because like the jobs... It's to make you think, and it's like I don't know, like that's not what I wanted to do anyway. So why don't you just tell me the jokes? But also, like I was reading like a thread on it where it's like 99.9% of racism isn't something that you care about. Yeah. Like it's just little things.
Yeah. So make it.
So you have to make it.
But then just keep it anonymous.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
My girlfriend.
But that's like the story that show doesn't have to be about that. Unless you want it to be. Like, if your life is just... Like, I think Dave was kind of hammering this with... And we've kind of said it before, too. Where, just focus on yourself. Just think about yourself. And, like, when I'm, like... I'm just always just trying to be, like... I make myself the center of it. So there's nothing anyone else can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like if I control my own story. I control my own work. I
can't hurt people. Yes, I can't... Like, it is all about me. Mm-hmm. Whereas most of his things are about him, but they're about... what people did to him,
and they're bad things.
Yeah,
you know, if it was funny things or just,
but
like
not real.
Yes,
it's not real.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather I find out that dude just completely made up those things. I would be more willing to forgive that. It's like, oh, he has an imagination. He came up with this racist thing and told it in a funny way.
Yeah.
Then he took a real story and twisted it and put it on someone.
That's one. Like I'm not a professional. I'm not. Anything like that, but I feel you can tell that story in those jokes
without
it being you, and then therefore it's fine. Right?
Or even like, you didn't need to put Brother Eric's name on it. I didn't need to see the picture. You can tell those things in generalities, and it still would have hit.
But you can tell it like as a story rather than like this happened to me.
Right.
Whereas
like, well, it was me. Yes.
This is like I don't know how to do it, but like I just think about it quickly. I think there's a way to be like to tell that story and get the people to think that way you want them to think, without having it be like, this happened to be on, like, motherfuckers giving like dates and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Dude, we can just check the police report.
That was another thing. He said it was like 2002. This is a little bit nitpicky, but it just goes to show how deep the lie went. He said that Brother Eric was an FBI informant for like Homeland Security or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was 2002, and that division didn't exist until 2006. And it's like, so it's just,
Yeah. I wonder if that's how deep the lie went, or that's how little he
cares. Yeah,
where it's like,
right.
I just said this thing.
Yeah. But that's also where you get in trouble. And I would venture to guess, if I had to guess, I don't think this is gonna he'll probably still get the Daily Show. He'll be fine. I bet when he goes into comedy clubs for the foreseeable future, people will be busting balls.
Yeah.
And I think that is because he goes down the road of like commentary comedy.
Yes.
If those were just jokes, I think people would make fun of him, but they'd be like, it's all good. I think there's probably already a vibe with him. Again, totally speculating. I don't know. I mean, I just know some of the people in the comedy world, but they haven't said anything to me. But like, because he does those little after joke things of like, and that's why in America it's hard for a Muslim, If he just took all of those out of his set and just told those jokes and they were lies, I think people would be like, whatever. But you get preachy with it, and he obviously leans a certain way politically, and you start to go down that road of commentary and thinking and all that, and then that proves to be false. And I don't think it was,
feels like, which has been very swept under the rug and never really mentioned again. Remember when it's like one of those things, I think if you're like happy about this and celebratory, like you probably wanted you were like see, he's a liar. Like you're probably a little bit fucking racist yourself. Like,
right.
That doesn't happen. They're a liar. Like you're excited to have something to point to, and like it kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like there has to be a big thing rather than people just acknowledging that it's mostly small things. And like remember LeBron?
What?
Like LeBron had someone like spray paint on his house.
Oh yeah.
Like
wait, it's a good point that I don't even really remember like the full details of the story. So he had someone do that.
It was I don't know, but I think it was a big deal and then disappeared. Everyone was like, wait,
yeah,
what about that?
It was somebody put like the N word on his garage door, right?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's front gate or something like that. But like, yeah, and I'm not saying this didn't happen, but like, I think people point to it now as like. It was a big deal and then never brought up again.
A racial slur was spray painted on the front gate of James's home. Police receive a call Wednesday around This was in Cleveland. My family is safe and that's what's important. Yeah, I do remember this, and then it just disappeared.
I actually probably shouldn't even brought it up, but like it does where it was like I remember it being such a massive deal, and then the next day it was nothing, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But maybe that's how LeBron wanted it. I have no idea. Where he was like,
it seems a little. You would think LeBron would not want it that way. But I think, I think he was probably like, it's just different when I think you're trying to get me to think a certain way rather than laugh.
Yeah, you open yourself up with that, where there was like, Norm Macdonald said about the problem with Bill Maher, where he's like, he's not a comedian. Like, if a comedian wants to make you laugh, Bill Maher, and I think he also talked about what's his name? Guy who used to do Monday Night Football with Kornheiser, Dennis Miller. Yeah. He's like, they want to be smarter than you.
Yes.
They want to be on stage and show how they're smarter.
They want to be smarter than you. They want you to think a certain way, kind of force you to have this ideology in a way, and that is never really cool. I don't think in comedy, but certainly like right now is like the big hot topic.
And I don't know if that's completely true with Hasan. I think. Kind of is.
I think I'm also
not sensitive. I'm skeptical with it because I like him too. So
yeah,
I'm obviously pussyfooting. But like, I think Hasan. He's a political correspondent on the Daily Show. He had a political show on Netflix. Like, he's not just.
There's obviously another side. He does the fucking correspondence dinner for a reason. So once you start getting your career advanced in a major way because you go that direction, and then that kind of is like. Not true. It's like, oh, well, now you're fraudulent. You know what I mean? I don't know him enough to say whether I think he's taken the stage to be like, I'm going to try to be smarter than you. I think that is just an element of truth that, like, I think most people would be like, oh, he's also a well-learned man, But whether or not he is like, I'm gonna like that's the point. Because then you're just also a real asshole too.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the lying and the morality of it. Just like, oh, you just want to be like a know-it-all. Ugh. So either way, I would imagine. I mean, if I'm him, I don't think he's that much of like a hit the Comedy Cellar, hit the Comedy Store. Like
I've seen him drop in the cellar before.
Have you?
Yeah.
I would probably chill out, lay low for a little bit. I think. Just do the Daily Show and sit on your fat checks and. Watch out for those anthrax messages. That's crazy, though. Gametime, the exclusive what did I just say? Exclusive ticketing partner.
I think you didn't catch that.
Gametime, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, created by fans for fans. Gametime is the ticketing app that allows you and makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. Now, everyone's been using these for sports, and then they started to dabble in concerts. But now, as comedy is having this little golden era where tickets sell out instantly, if you're looking to go see Matt Rife, if you're looking to go see Two Bears, you're looking to go see anybody who's on stage and sold out, you can go to Gametime, where you can get the best price available on the secondary market and also the best seats available. If you're looking to get front row seats, box seats, suites, whatever it may be, Gametime has got you covered. It's all possible with the Gametime app with the biggest last-minute price drops that can be found with seats you thought you could never buy. They'll even credit you 110% of the seat price if you can find a better deal elsewhere. So you find another app, you find another website, and you bring that price to them, they'll hit you with 110% of that price. You can also get limited-time discounts with exclusive flash deals, so make sure you have notifications on. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. Once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Gametime app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. We can't not talk about Laura and Boebert on this show. We talked about it on Barstool Radio, so if you listen to that, you heard some of our thoughts already. But it's just one of the all-time great American tales, and it's the perfect story.
By the way, this is I'm sorry to interrupt. You continue, please.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if you were gonna like.
I want just that clip. By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
It was something that I meant to say on radio the other day, and I didn't. Which is a funny thing about radio, where like here we're in our safe space, and it is there's a weird. I can talk about this real quick. I don't know. I wonder if you feel with radio, but there's a weird dynamic sometimes where it is like I either will say things that don't have to be said or won't say things I wanted to say because I'm like, they're all going to hear it. And I mean, like,
oh, really?
And like,
interesting.
Where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to fuck you. Like, here it's just us. Like, we're just talking.
Totally. I mean,
whereas there it's a more open space. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not just talking to my friends here. And I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I guess it's like doing anything where like you are, quote unquote, performing for your audience. Here, our audience is Jackie and Pat. I'll say what the fuck,
fucking retards.
And the like out there, it's like it's not like I won't. I'll just say things differently. It's like anything like. If you're doing a show, you kind of like I'll say it this way. I'll do it this way.
I get that. I think I have committed on Barstool Radio to being a little bit more of an asshole because like someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Without Dave to be mean with ease. Like. You know, I mean, it's happened several times. I'm just like, and then fucking Nate said blah, blah, blah. And I know he's right there, but we got to do it.
That's not the kind I'm talking about, though, where it's just like, I guess like I can't really think of how it is. It's not like, so, it's not like a specific person I don't want to get upset.
What triggered this?
Just like Lauren Boebert's not that hot.
she's politics hot.
Exactly. She's athlete funny with looks.
Yes.
Where I was like, I don't want to get into this with everyone in the office.
She's like, Sarah Palin. Like she's, it's the same, basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she does have bombs.
It is
like those tits are undeniable. Go back to that last one. Go back to that.
I see
for politics, bro. That's hot. Come on.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Look at those tits,
but that's what I wanted to get. It's politics hot.
Yes.
We're playing a different game.
For sure. You put her up against an Instagram model.
It is.
I mean, I would fuck that girl in real life.
These pictures are like.
I would fuck that girl in real life for sure.
She's a grandma.
She's a grandma?
Yeah.
How old is she?
38-year-old grandma.
Oh, okay. Well, that's funny. That cracks me up. That's why you're giving handies in the fucking club.
Grandmas are getting their titties fondled while vaping Beetlejuice. America's got a problem. We are.
I love it. America's back. That chin. I'll tell you what she needs is that she's the chin done. Look at that. That thing's gotta go, dude. Come on, you're in the big leagues now. You gotta get that shit.
Sorority house. Do a little work here,
dude. No, I mean, if you're gonna be in it, you got to go toe to toe with AOC. You got to get your fucking chin done. I was gonna say those are fake, right?
That doesn't look like a very believable bottom third.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like it's at least like people are asking. People are asking, are those tits fake? I love that Paz put the question mark in Google. So they're just gigantic, whether they're real or fake. What's crazy is that like this girl is like, this is my moment now.
No, see, I don't know how.
I think
Lauren Boebert's a much bigger deal than you knew. She's had a million moments. This today, this is probably I guess the big, but this is I wouldn't even say this is her biggest mainstream moment. I guess.
Well, she's the drag queen girl. That was her whole thing.
Yeah, but she's she's a very big.
This is her
not powerful, so to speak, but she's a popular politician.
This is her jump into outside of politics. For sure.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is where you become I have aspirations of the White House one day.
Well, dude, there was an Onion article. I remember reading it in bed on the Blackout tour about how it was I think the headline was all 2040 presidential candidates have been eliminated because of their Facebooks or something like that. Mm-hmm. And the complete opposite has happened.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's how you rise to prominence.
You need a bigger thing. You need a scandal to get big.
I think we've actually just reached the point of these people really understanding that. I think Trump was ahead of his game. I think people started to realize even Morgan Wallen and these people who benefit from it. I think they were oh wait, shit, this is okay. Not only is it okay, we're doing better, and now I think you're going to see people weaponize it. Where it's because you. I mean,
that's an old tack. That's no such thing as bad press.
Yes, but I think also I want bad press, I think, is where it's at.
Yeah,
I want a scandal because that rallies people where it's oh, this person needs me to fight for them.
Right.
And that's what these dumb motherfuckers do. They all, immediately rush to someone. Like I said, I had so many people being it's just two adults, consensually, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why would you be so quick to just defend people hooking up, getting hand jobs in front of people in public?
I'm not saying they should belong in jail. I'm just saying it's hilarious.
But it's they're on my side. I will defend anything. So it's better to just be in the public eye for something that gets you the most eyeballs, which is something salacious, and then you get the most support. I would think that something like this is perfect and will try to be replicated. Let's do something a little bit scandy, but not illegal. Let's do something that some people will think is funny or cool. You'll get support, blah, 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 blah. And then these people are I'm not saying it's going to work, by the way. I'm just saying that don't be surprised in 2028 or whatever. She's I'm running for president.
I don't know. I mean, she lost her last. Her last.
Or I have my own show now. I'm on Fox News or, all that sort of shit.
I think that's more her side.
Yeah.
Because she won it. Funny enough, she won it in a recount. She initially lost her seat in the House last election. So she's
before we knew that she was giving hand jobs in the theater, though, bro. You make yourself the girl who fights for children against the drag devils, and I'm also hot. You probably have a new fan base now,
but she's
voter base now.
I know this isn't disqualifying, but she's also she's really dumb.
Brother, but there's no fucking kidding. But
I don't.
She's at the regional performance of Beetlejuice the musical, giving hand jobs.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Trump is a dumb person. She does things where I'm that's what a dumb person.
Yeah,
does.
Trump is super savvy. She's not savvy.
Yeah.
I still, my favorite Trump moment forever and always will be when he asked about nuking the hurricanes. Because that was pretty dumb, but so real. We tried to blow it up yet? America.
I
mean, everybody kind of went, well, I mean, did it work? I don't know. Have we tried it?
I saw Armageddon.
I just dropped to my knees and thank God that it was in Beetlejuice. It's just like...
Well, it's also very unfortunate. Like,
Beetlejuice is forever.
I can't make it. We kind of talked about it with like it happened with Veep, where it's like I don't know. I can't make fun of this. It's that one truly is beyond parody. Like trust me, I've tried to think of something.
You can't do it.
It can't be thought.
Like that is the parody.
Or I guess someone smarter or funnier than me could do it. But like I was thinking on it for all weekend. It's like, how can we do this?
No, what ordinarily would have happened would be like they were at Hamilton. And then you and Sass and Owen got a hold of it and said, what if it was the regional performance of Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
But it was. That is what's fucking ridiculous.
It was Beetlejuice.
But people were even defending that part of the story.
Dude, imagine like getting fucked while like bugs are crawling out of someone's face. And
up their nose.
She's getting a hand. Are you getting harder? Like, what the? like she's like hotly whispering, like, I can feel you getting harder. Wait, are you getting harder?
Bro, there were people who were like, it's the same show, and it was at a really nice theater in Denver. It's not that crazy. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You feel the need to defend what show she's going to?
You're not wrong. Like, I get it. Like, I grew up going to plays in like Providence and Boston, and they were like the New York troupe on tour and stuff like that. And my mom would always be like, it's the same. And I'm like, it's not. It's not the same.
It's not.
Like even as a kid, I would be like, it's not the same though. Like it is.
And even
we're at the P-PAC.
I'm almost. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it also isn't usually like the
that
full
guy's
same
in a fucking
cast.
Patriot sweatshirt. Right. Which is not to say like on Broadway people dress like shit too. It pisses me off. But
well, Broadway went a little mainstream. I think over the last
dude. I mean,
years or
the
whatever,
most outrageous. Actually, that's the only way it could get crazier is if they brought. When I went to see Hadestown and the motherfucker next to me brought they went to Chili's beforehand. Raise the ticket prices on Broadway.
Wow.
Let's fucking
tell me he brought.
Let's get that back.
Did he
bring
his leftovers?
They brought. It was two women brought their leftovers, cracked open their calamari in the middle of the performance. I was like, what the fuck? I was sitting right next to it. Everyone's like, is John farting down there? I'm like, no, I'm not farting. This animal next to me is eating calamari.
Raise the prices. Raise the prices.
Like,
no. Price those people out.
If you're taking Chili's to go. So you eat it at the fucking Broadway play. I don't want you there. Pay it to every bottom line, a baseline ticket price should be whatever Hamilton is. That's what every play should be.
Yeah, no, that is. I grew up thinking Broadway was like I'll never go to a Broadway show. Yeah. Not because it's not like my thing. Like I was just like I won't know how to do it. I won't afford it. I can't. You know what I mean? Just like that's not. And it's like going to movies.
Yeah. No, it really like it is. It's
I also think that like too many shows.
Animals want to.
I guess it is kind of like
a fucking pig pen watching people sweat on stage. You're ruining the art. God damn.
John's become a Broadway snob.
Dude, I bet
he's there with his monocle looking on the stage. Quiet down, you pigs!
I've been a Broadway
trying to watch
snob,
the art.
Dude.
I guess
I let out a loud groan when they announced the understudies tonight. I'm like,
I think it probably is like the movies, right? Where there's a bunch of good ones every year. And there can only be one good movie. But I feel like maybe I don't know if it's me knowing about it more or the internet or whatever. But I feel like I hear like every show is like the best show ever now.
Yeah.
You know, and like when I was growing up, it was fucking Cats. Cats was on theater.
Only play I've ever walked out of.
How Cats ever grew to be Broadway's longest running show. If you lived in New York, we saw that commercial on like Channel 11, Channel 9 every 2 seconds. It had that fucking cat going up in the air on a tire, and it would be like, at the Winter Garden in Manhattan, it's Cats, Broadway's longest running musical. I could like repeat it in my head. And I was always like, I was too young to be like, it can't just be about a bunch of people dressed as cats, right? And then it is.
Dude.
Like, I thought it was like, that's just the name. And I was like, but those people are wearing those Cats costumes. And then when they tried to make it a movie, I think the world evolved past Cats.
Yeah.
Like the movie was like, this is the worst thing we've ever fucking seen in our lives. Also, people were worried about the buttholes.
Is that, what do you call it?
What is this? Why would anybody... I actually never watched it. I planned on watching it because it was Taylor was in that?
Yeah, I think a little role, but yes.
That's how big of a disaster it was. Because
Yeah.
right now, if Taylor did something like a movie, it would be no matter what.
I still think Cats would fail.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think you'd have Swifties being like, it was great. Taylor's part was great.
I don't. It's so bad.
It's
it is
so
bad.
I've never seen it, and I know it's so bad.
Like that was one. Like even we go to plays as a family a lot, and there were times where my dad wanted to leave, and my mom was like, "No, we're staying." And that was one where my dad was like, "We're out of here." And she was
And
like,
Polly was like, "Yeah."
Let's go.
Wait, so you saw that recently?
No, I was a little,
You were a kid,
little
okay.
kid, yeah.
So,
at the Providence Performing Arts
I
Center.
actually think, in a weird way, though, Broadway needs Cats.
Yeah.
Because that was back when people would be like, no, it's on Broadway. Everybody watching that had to be like, this thing fucking sucks. Right?
Yeah.
But we have to like protect the stage almost, So that's back when it was just like the Emperor's New Clothes. Everyone's just pretending, and it's this thing you put on airs. Now I just feel like every show is groundbreaking. Every show is Broadway's longest running, Broadway's biggest, blah, blah, blah. It's like, they all can't be that, can they? So bring back the snobbiness, price out poor people.
Yeah. Get them out.
Get racist. Do whatever you got to do to make Broadway great again.
Give me a vaudeville show.
Mabba.
I'm 42nd in Broadway, dude.
Mabba over here. All right. Voicemails, and then we'll get into... We have an interview today?
Gary.
Oh, hell yeah. Gary Gulman is just the nicest dude in the world.
Dude,
Truly the nicest person in the industry.
It's so easy to, win me, but, at one point in the show, I mentioned the BCFSU game, and I mentioned my dad went to BC, and he's like, Isley, that's right.
Yeah.
And I was like, you even
He
kind
knew
of
it.
remember, you remember
Yes.
that? That's fucking
Yep. I also
nuts
love...
to me.
We talk a little bit about Seinfeld in the beginning, and I feel like sometimes people pussyfoot around their real thoughts on Seinfeld, and it's like, I think Gary tells it like it is, and it's good coming from the nicest guy.
Yeah.
I really don't think you could find a nicer person than him in the industry, show business, entertainment, whatever, Right, so we got Gary on the back half. Let's do voicemails now.
I had an almost disastrous issue last week. I forgot to put in my HelloFresh order.
Well, you might starve to death.
Luckily, HelloFresh just sends you food anyway. Very good.
I don't even know. That might be a Feitelberg rule. There might have been someone who goes like, wait a minute. Feitelberg didn't order? We got to keep him alive.
We know to get it.
Yeah, we know the deal.
I got some mushroom burgers waiting for me at home. I'm going to cook up. It is, I can't, it's literally the reason I'm alive is HelloFresh. Mm-hmm. And make it the reason you're alive too, because you can kickstart a fresh fall routine with HelloFresh. By the way, fall routines are the move. Everyone talks about spring cleaning. Fall routines.
Or New Year's resolutions.
No, fall, dude.
Everything's cooling off a little bit. Weather's still nice.
Just stay inside, watch TV, football, fucking cook. It is. The fall.
Get some chili going.
I don't really care for the summer aromas of food. I don't dislike them, but I'm not like.
Because it's it's barbecue.
Is someone making a hot dog?
You're right.
No,
hot dogs, burgers.
Is that a stew brewing?
Yeah.
Now I'm in. You got a little apple cinnamon and maybe some bread. Oh, now I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can kickstart that fall routine with HelloFresh. HelloFresh handles all the meal planning and shopping to deliver everything you need to cook up a tasty meal right at home. They do the hard part, and you get to take the credit. I have cooked for countless people who are like, wow, this is unbelievable. And I can't cook. When it comes to options, honestly, okay. Okay. I'm going to lean forward for this one, folks. Honestly, more is more. That's why HelloFresh's menu includes 40 recipes and over 100 add-on items to choose from every week. A busy fall schedule doesn't always leave you with time to spare, and HelloFresh And with HelloFresh, you don't need to spend all evening in the kitchen to whip up a wholesome meal. With their quick and easy recipes at 15-minute meals, you can get a tasty dinner on the table in less time than it takes to get takeout delivery. Literally, it's like 40, 50 minutes to get delivery now. You get 15 meals, you get 15 minutes, you can get half hour. It is so quick, so easy. A new season calls for new meals, and HelloFresh has a fresh fall lineup to delicious dinners, a lot of alliteration, and more to choose from. Take your pick from 40 weekly recipes and suit your lifestyle from veggie to family friendly to fit and wholesome. I can't say enough good things about it. I've said it ad nauseum. I'm going to continue to say it every time. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC/50KFC. That's HelloFresh.com/50KFC and use code 50KFC for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. They're just giving it to you. Go to HelloFresh.com/50KFC. Use code 50KFC.
What's up, KFC? Feitelberg, the boys, Jackie. Quick question. Self-deprecation is obviously a pretty big running theme of the show. So what do you think is one thing that would be considered a weakness of yours that with the slightest bit of effort you could turn around and it be a strength? Thanks.
Whoa. Wow. That's a wait. I have to
fucked up question.
I have
Next
to like
question,
repeat this.
dude.
What is a weakness that I think if I turned it around
with a little bit of effort, it could be a strength. I mean, mine's my home life, like my apartment.
Okay.
I could go home and like I actually was like thinking about this weekend because like this weekend was like not great. I just like I wasn't feeling it, the whole thing, and I was like, it's actually so easy how you can tell where like it's a little different for me because I have dishes next to my bed, but like if but like.
I was gonna try so hard to be serious and not laugh because it's kind of a real topic. It's a little different for me.
you know how it is, right? And like, and everyone has that.
You know how
right?
I do.
Like, I think it's a long thing. Like, you can tell how bad you are. Like,
yeah.
Like I can. I know. It's actually nice. Like, I know right away what kind of day I'm gonna have. Like, you know, like, when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, like I know
totally.
Is the dishes up or dishes down?
Yeah.
like I wake up, put my feet on the floor, and I'm like, not today. Like today's
and
I just go get in the shower, and then like that night I'll have 2 dishes near my bed. And there is like there like today I had like or this and I still do actually, but today I cleaned it up a little bit. But like I'll have like pants on the floor in the living room and socks on the floor in the living room, and it's like I just can't do it today. And I know if I put a little effort, I can get it better. But also I know like I do it. It's almost like easier for me to leave it. And I guess there is, you can fall into holes and that kind of stuff. But like there are days I wake up and I'm like, I want to, like I cleaned up a little this morning.
Yeah.
Like
and you feel great.
And
right?
because it's like there's a difference in like wanting to do it or because you feel good or doing it because you think it'll make you feel good.
Yes, totally.
And like I prefer doing it when I feel good. Yeah. And like it's like, this morning I woke up at like 7:30.
So wait till you have a good day and then
I did
capitalize.
some cleaning. I did not a lot, not too much this morning, but like I ate this morning and I was like, okay, today's like I know what today is.
Totally.
But and I guess with effort I could spin that around and I could like have a nice apartment and all that stuff. And like
I go back and forth. Like first of all, I think it's wild that depression manifests itself in the form of like leaving a towel on the ground. Yeah. Why our brains and our bodies are like, I'm just not going to pick that up. and you don't realize it's because you're depressed.
You're like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But so that I do sometimes this is probably like your broken brain trying to spin it to keep thinking the way it's thinking. But sometimes I'm really like, it does not matter if that pair of pants is on a hook or on the ground.
It really does.
But like it literally doesn't, but actually does. You know what I mean? It's just it's a piece of fabric and it's either here or there.
Right.
That the world does not matter, that doesn't change anything in the world, but it does to your brain.
I
wonder
do it with my doors when I walk by my I have a bathroom between my bedroom and my living room. Like if I'll see if the doors are open to my laundry room right there, and if they're open, I'm like, all right, it's one of those like you're not gonna go close that, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah.
But it's also like I like something I've done recent months and stuff where I'm just like I just give myself that. I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do it today.
But so that's what I mean. Like it's not though. It isn't. It at the end truly doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like so.
But you can't like
you can't let
you give yourself it.
Sure.
And you're like, okay, you get a day.
Yeah.
Whereas
then,
like
I wonder if there's something like animalistic about like animals groom themselves and keep like their cave or whatever. Like
I guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
So like we feel the same way about. But it's not like like we wash our bodies and shit. Like but something like your clothes being folded, like biologically makes you be like okay But I think the days. So my thing is like my body and diet and exercise and all that shit, and I think there are like if I could harness what I feel like when I wake up in that 5 o'clock hour that I've talked about, where I wake up initially, Like when I first wake up too early, I am like, I cannot live like this anymore. And I go back to sleep and I wake up and I'm like, time to start the day.
Yeah.
And then I just have like I do this and I run home and I go to practice. Like I am just constantly running around doing something that when I'm done, I am done.
Yeah.
And it's like if I added the gym into it, it probably in the long run would be good, but I cannot even imagine having to do the gym also. Because then there are days like Fridays we usually don't have a lot, but I'm like I want to chill. Like I need one day to chill, but that should be like the day I finally do something. You know? But I think if I didn't have a broken body, I think everything would have been better. Everything would have been better. I got a fucking
I
lemon,
think
bro.
the thing with that is like
oh, I think about that every day.
It's a pretty common thing, but like you see, like I feel like whenever I was younger and I like started working out, it was like I'm gonna look like Brad Pitt. And it's just like,
oh, that shit. Yeah.
Be like, I think
my favorite joke of all time.
Yeah,
that was the joke
like
that
the before.
I want to be the before picture. And like for someone like yourself, you're probably like just jump rope and like you'll be fine. But that's the dishes for me or whatever. I'm just I'm not doing it.
The jump rope is a huge one. It's so easy to have. Just like all right, I'll do 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But the other thing I have that if I focus, I could probably do it, and I won't. Is Connections, the New York Times game. It infuriates me.
I fucking hate that.
Of course these two. Of course these two.
Uh-huh.
No, I have no idea what it is.
I feel like the people who make it think that like they have it. Like I'll be like, how the fuck was I supposed to guess that?
Dude, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick me, and I won't stand for it.
Like today's the bowling thing.
The bowling was.
That was fucking insane.
They do this where they put 5 that all fit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, guess which 4 it is. And it's like, I only have 4 guesses to guess.
Wait. You're not,
It was fucking Spare.
You're not explaining
Spare
this
got
well.
me.
You're not explaining this well.
I'm looking at this and I can't even comprehend.
No.
Yeah.
So like spare, lane, ball are all bowling things?
Oh no, but you would think
Pin,
that
You would
Spare.
think
alley.
so, Kevin.
Yeah.
No,
pin.
but you only get 4 of them.
Oh. So you got to that the ones that are most specific to bowling?
But
I would say alley, pin.
There are 4 separate groups of 4 words.
Oh, okay, I see. So all of them are going to get clicked.
Yes.
Okay, so mug.
Close, Pavs. Real close.
I would say pin's got to be a part of bowling. That's correct.
Nope, that's 1 away.
Okay. Wait, so it's 4 or 5?
4.
Okay. So then
So then you got to think what other
I would
categories.
take alley and go to ball. No, alley. So yeah, you really got to think about all the categories at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Because alley is also going to be, like, what is alley in there? Extra, alley, pen. Fuck this game.
Yeah. Bro, I've been trying to play it, and it's like,
Dude, this is such a funny answer for this question. You're like, my depression. I'm like, my health. You're like, connections.
It is so goddamn annoying. And like,
I mean, I can't figure this out.
Basically, it's that like there's the top, or it's like there's extra something. So spare goes with
Got it.
backup, extra, and copy. It's
Oh, those are all multiples of things?
yeah.
Got it. See, that I like that, though, because we were dumb being like, it's bowling. And it's not.
but there is a bowling one.
Lane, alley,
Definitely
pin,
alley.
and 1, I guess? No, ball and lane. Yeah, there you go. That's got to be it, right?
We did this one already,
Huh.
but bang.
Okay. 1?
No.
1. Is it 4T8 too?
No.
No?
Merch.
That's insane.
And so they get harder. The green is obviously easiest, yellow, and then the
I mean,
hard one.
merch is like the biggest fucking. You can sell everything.
Bro,
anything.
the purple ones are so goddamn hard.
I would have got that before. Like I started to say 4T8. Like I was thinking that way with numbers before I was thinking of merch.
It's an impossible game. I get it wrong. I get it. It's like I get it wrong 6 days a week, and then like I get it one. I'd be like, all right, next week I'll fucking get it.
These are good things to do though, because I bet you your brain like I am, I've been saying for a while, I'm forgetting like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like starting to kind of get worried about it. That I'm like, all right, I got to do just stuff to keep my brain going. I'll play matching games with Shay where flip this over and then flip that over. And she whips my ass. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to win this one. Smokes me. She's like, Daddy, you only have 2 connections. I've got 14. I'm like, fuck. Puzzles. She bangs out jigsaw puzzles. I'm like, this is not going together. Ugh. All right, that's a great question. Fuck that guy. Ruined my whole day. That's going to be voicemail of the week. Calling all campers on CBS Summer Isn't Over. It's just only beginning at Camp Buddy Games. With the kids back in school, it's time for adults to have all the fun. And with Josh Duhamel as the camp counselor, it's going to be a blast. Inspired by the real-life tradition among Josh and his friends, 6 teams of best buddies reunite and relive the glory days of the ultimate summer camp throwback. Their friendships will be put to the test as they battle it out in an epic competition. From giant beer pong to cornhole to the Muddy Buddy pit, the games will push them to their limits. With $200,000 on the line, only the bestest of friends will make it to the end. Let the games begin. Buddy Games with Josh Duhamel. New series premieres Thursday, September 14th after Big Brother on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. I feel like that is a great idea. Like if it's truly like a bunch of dudes who get together for like the first time in a while, and it's like, I haven't seen you in like 10 years. Like, let's go compete for $200,000.
Yeah.
And it's like we used to be best friends, so you fall right back into it, and you also might win $200,000, and you're doing all the shit you used to. What's Muddy Buddy Pit, by the way?
I would imagine it's a muddy pit that you are something like a 3-legged race type deal with it.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Muddy Buddy Pit. I'm gonna say it's you're in a mud wrestling. But you're a buddy?
But the buddies,
the
buddies is important. Then.
They said it alongside beer pong and cornhole, so I'm like, that must be something very popular, right? Muddy Buddies.
Muddy Buddies are delicious treats.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Muddy Buddy. Oh, it's a mud run. It's like a mud run. So head over to CBS on Thursday nights, 9:00, or Paramount+.
Yo, KFC, Fights, whole crew. Got a question for you guys.
This guy's got a Roman nose.
Just got back from vacation. I was down in New Zealand and Fiji. When we were in Fiji, the hotel we were staying at is the place where all the Love Island people were. And Jackie, you could definitely do that. Definitely hotter than like some of them.
Thank you.
But anyway, with all the traveling I've been doing, kind of really got me irritated about the people who stand on the escalators and the moving sidewalks and don't like move out of the way and just kind of stand there and ride the whole thing out instead of letting me just walk past. So what is your guys' biggest travel pet peeves? Thanks.
No, I was gonna say, if you categorize that as a pet peeve, I'm fine with it. But I mean, I'm probably the king of these things, but I'm at a point where it's just like, I don't know.
I'll get out of your way.
Yeah.
I'll give you the left lane, but
if you stand in the whole way, you're an asshole. But
yeah.
I don't think you should expect people to walk up the escalator.
Right.
No, I'm fucking staying still.
Dude, I love when someone stands because guess what? It gives me an excuse to stand. I'm like,
Yeah,
what am
I
gonna
can't
do?
move. No,
They're in
escalators.
the way up here.
Escalators to me, I'm parking my ass on the right side. Moving sidewalks, I like to walk because I feel like I'm flying.
Yeah.
Biggest travel pet peeves? The typical, like, people get up on the plane too early.
I think it's mine is that doesn't bother me. I do not run into that nearly as often as it's talked about.
I don't think it just doesn't affect. Like, I just look at that person like, why are you getting up so early, dude?
I fly a good amount.
It doesn't harm you.
No, like it's not a ton, but I fly. I guess. In our world, I don't travel a lot. I guess in everyone else's world, I
travel a ton.
I probably travel a ton.
Yeah.
And I don't run into it as often as people see.
But also, when you do run into it, who cares?
It's
if anything, like they are.
No, when they like the 1 out of 20 times I fly, I might see it, and I'm like, you fucking dick. But like I get they probably have a connecting or whatever. And
totally,
and I
that's
go about
what I
my
mean.
day.
And then like
but,
they are
I
ready to
stand.
rock.
Like I stand up when the flight's
Totally.
off. I stand up. Like
I'll even do the thing like I want my legs are like I want to stand up and stretch. So like even if I'm like underneath the thing, I'll kind of like bend down a little bit. It's like, why do you fucking care?
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know, stepping over me and causing a scene, blah blah blah, then you're an asshole. But I don't know, let the person stand up.
I think there are.
I have. This is not. this is not plane travel. I'm just thinking about transportation. If you don't get out into the intersection to make a left turn and you just stay at the line, and then I'm stuck with the red light, I am running that red light, and I'm going to run you off the road and kill you. I will get out of my car and I will kill you with my bare hands. It's just so fucking stupid and obnoxious. And I'll do a little toot honk, and like being like. And I kind of go like this, like, can you just go out a little more? And they're like, we need, you know, Tesla, you have like your horn can say things.
I did not know that, but
you can like program your horn because if somebody made the Pornhub drubs their horn.
Oh yeah.
I need like 5 buttons. Like I need a horn that says like, can you please move up a little bit? I'm trying to get through the light too.
Nah, but you can do that. It's all in the hand.
Yeah, but these people are You just like a little, but these people are fucking stupid. I need one that's like, I'm late and my ex-wife is gonna fucking kill me. Please let me go. Please let me get around you. But then you would abuse those, you know.
Yeah,
so you need buttons. Like I need that button I can use 5 times a year, like a must watch, you know. Like and then once I've done my 5, like that button no longer works for another 365 because then you start abusing them. But if it was like, I'm not being an asshole, I'm actually in a rush, it's an emergency, or whatever it is, I'd be a lot more inclined to be like, oh, let me get out of this guy's way, or like, let me, help out, or whatever. We need to be able to talk to each other. It is kind of weird that, like, traveling via cars, there's no communication. It's just, like, road rage and guessing what the other person's doing. It's like, we'll make one side of the car blink and the other side of the car blink. That's it. The rest, figure it out.
My college roommate.
I'm not going to do that.
I've said before, my college roommate used to, he just run red lights that he deserved. So it's like
totally though.
Like, no, I deserved that. They were going too slow. Like I should have made that.
Yes.
Like if that person wasn't there, I would have made that.
100%. Yes. If it's a clear, I didn't get there in time. But if they were doing their job, we all would have got through. Yep.
My buddy's dad was a statey in Massachusetts, and I don't know if this is universal, but he had said that in their battalion or whatever you call it, if the excuse was unique, they could go.
Really?
And the one he would tell us is like they pulled over like some fucking Russian car, some car speeding, like had like the Fast and Furious lights going like 140 one night, and they pulled over and like they didn't turn the music down. He's like, this is gonna be a drug bust, like this is a big one. And he gets up there and it's a Russian guy and he's just like, I had to drive off the car.
And I had to drive off the car?
Drive off. Go to car. I went to car wash. And he's like, all right.
I didn't see it.
That's
fucking great.
I think that would work if you're like, the guy in front of me was going slow and I deserved that.
It's his fault. I wouldn't have caused any danger if we had just gotten through. He actually caused the problem, your officer.
But my biggest pet peeve would be, I guess I have 2. And one is rather timely, the Delta Sky Lounge. That's like Broadway. Like, I said I don't even know if I'm allowed in the Delta Sky Lounge anymore. But whatever the rules they made are good, because
I'm foreign to the whole Delta Sky Lounge thing. I didn't realize that it was a thing that people loved, and I didn't even know.
Yeah,
like because I never traveled at all. So prior to like Barstool, so I never got it. But people loved it because it was like you could lounge. It was like nice. You could.
Free food. I mean, it was fine. It wasn't like gourmet meals, but like the drinks were free, dinner was free.
Right.
And
then they opened it to everybody?
And then they opened it up, it got easier and easier to get in. And then it was way too big. You couldn't find a seat. It was jammed. It wasn't fun. And it is fine. I thought it was overrated even when I was there. Because, again, the food's fine. It's like finger food and shit like that. It's you're probably not getting better in an airport, but it's not. You're not like, whoa, what are the peasants eating? But then you couldn't sit and all this. I was like, this sucks. Like, this isn't even fun. Like particularly some of them are like, there are some really nice sky lounges. Others are like a fucking closet. You're like, what am I even doing in here?
Yeah.
But so that's one the pet peeve of too many people being in this Skyline.
And then what do? They made it exclusive again. You have to be first class or something.
It's like it's not first class, but you gotta have. I think it's like 6,000 Sky Miles or something like that. I don't know exactly what the rules are, but I remember seeing the number 6,000 floating around. But the other one is it kind of goes hand in hand. There are too many groups boarding planes.
Yeah.
Where
I agree with that.
Dude, it's. like first class, you're like the seventh group of people to get on the plane.
Yeah. There's like the military, and then the handicapped, and then the special,
and then after first class, there's
like
4
10
more groups
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
And I'm not talking
Group
like
8 now boarding. It's
well,
like, how
I mean,
big is
before
this
you even
fucking
get to the numbers. I mean, it's like then you have Comfort Plus, and then you have this,
I see what you
and
mean.
then you have
Mean.
that.
Yeah.
It's like just put the poor people below, like we're gonna do soon anyway. Like it's how we're getting there. Like it's just like we keep moving seats. Like these are more important.
Well,
and by the way, we're not changing. First class seats now are just regular seats.
I know.
First class isn't getting better.
That's what's happening.
Everything's getting worse.
That's what's happening.
And
They don't want people to fly in economy. That sounds bad.
Right.
Regular, so they call that comfort.
Yeah.
And then comfort plus, and then first class is just like
first class has gotten worse. First class is just an old
everything's kind of like met in the middle, but not even really.
No,
you know?
it's just
everything's regressed.
It's just the top has become what used to be the norm. Where it's like 99% of the time, like first class is just a regular ass plane seat.
Yeah.
It is not like you see those videos of like the fucking I don't know, Swiss Air or
pods and beds. And
yeah,
shit.
like that.
I think when you fly international, first class, if it's a direct flight, it's probably pretty baller. But everything in like domestic is gonna just be a fucking chair.
Yeah. Well, I forget where did I just come home
Maybe
from?
a little bit of an armrest.
I think it's when I came from Louisiana.
The leg room is like not like totally regular now.
But that one I had like one of those ones that were like beds, and like people were like going crazy. Like I've never seen this on a domestic plane. And I was like it's fucking noon and we're flying for 3 hours. I'm not gonna go to sleep.
I know,
like,
but man, when the first time I had that when we were flying back from California, it was like the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
But like those aren't most times like you'll see like your influencer on Instagram whatever like have like their room like that's it's most of the time it's just a regular ass seat.
Yep.
That's all it is. So they're making everyone else's seats worse, and it's just like just fucking give everyone regular seats.
It's all 9/11, bro. It's all because of 9/11.
It's so annoying.
9/11 just fucked air travel forever, and we're just gonna let it be that way. It's crazy. We could just get rid of like those taxes and TSA and all this shit that was necessary for like probably 6 months, 25 years ago, and make everything more affordable. And then the stuff that is expensive is actually worth it. But instead, we're just gonna keep taking off our shoes and sitting in shitty seats.
Like it's
forever, for fucking ever.
They're just eliminating the middle class. We're eliminating the middle class. Okay, it's fucking crazy.
All right, last voicemail.
Joe Biden tweeted the other day, I think if you go to college, Phil, you go to middle class. I don't think you should have to go to college to be middle class.
KFC Radio is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever find that just as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain suddenly won't stop talking? Brother, do I ever. It's the worst. And what I'm learning is that like I thought it was just me. I thought I've got a weird life, a weird job, some fucked up shit happened, whatever. I'm learning that like everybody my age goes through it. I'm like, why didn't you tell us about this?
Yeah.
Probably because we wouldn't make it. Do your thoughts start racing right before bed or any other inopportune moments? It's like right when I go to bed. It's right at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's terrible. One great way to make those racing thoughts go away, though, is to talk through them. Therapy gives you a place to do that so you can get all the negative thought cycles out and you can find some mental and emotional peace. I think what people don't realize about therapy is just saying it. Like, yes, of course, having a licensed therapist on the other side of the screen to help you through it is a good thing, and that's what BetterHelp provides. But it could be a frozen picture of somebody. As long as you're talking it out for real, just get it off your chest and be like, all right, I got to go. I think you'll realize how much you benefit from that. So whether you're going to text or call or do video chats, BetterHelp gives you the chance to schedule it on your own terms. You don't have to commute. You can do it from your own home. And so if you're thinking of starting therapy for the first time, give BetterHelp a try. Entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/KFC today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC.
KFC fights, rest of the gang. Hey, I got a would you rather for you. So would you rather die from
what are we in right now?
Falling out of an airplane and a parachute not working, so you know you're going to die well before you hit the ground, or would you rather die in a Titanic situation where you're sinking, everything's going down, you basically know you're going to die?
Oof.
But yeah, I guess.
First of all, we were in a tank or something, right?
I thought we were in a train. I thought it was a conductor. It clearly isn't because it pans to the road at the end.
Yeah,
but
I think that's gotta be
man,
like,
I'll be honest, bro. I couldn't even understand the question because I was too busy. It's a Mac.
Yeah, Mac truck. Okay.
I was too.
That
focused
looks
on
like
kinda,
which buttons like shoot the guns and which ones shoot the missiles and shit like that.
what kind of rig we were in. I was trying to figure that out the whole time.
Is that what big rigs look like? Or not even big rigs, but like a Mac truck?
I've only been in one.
Look at all those fucking dials.
Yeah.
What is that? There's speed and there's gas. What the fuck is the rest of them?
I guess it must be, but I don't remember this.
We're not men. We're not men at all. Would you rather have a parachute that you know is not going to deploy and you're just floating to your death, or not floating but falling, or the Titanic slowly like?
Oh, parachute.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what the fuck?
Titanic is like.
I've been with a parachute before, and I get mad when they pull the parachute out. That's not even a joke. That's not even a suicide joke. It's just way more fun when I'm like, now I'm bored. Like, you ever been parasailing? Where you're just like, well,
Yes.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, they should. There should
the
be
fear of something might happen is gone.
There should be skydiving for experts or whatever, where you pull it at like 100 feet.
Yeah.
People
who are like, I'm not an expert, but like, I don't know. I'm good with whatever
Right,
happens.
exactly. People are just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you free fall for like a second, and then you
I've
float for like 5 minutes, right?
I've done it twice. One day was a really cloudy day, and like we right away we pulled the chute, and like so like I was just sitting there like
that sucks.
Falling through a cloud. I couldn't
Truly,
see
like
anything.
you jump out and
It was like I never even saw the ground.
rush there is just jumping.
Yeah. And it was like, but like, because then like everything's pulled up, so you just got, you just got some
like a
guy
fat
on your
baby.
back, and you're sitting there like this.
You're a baby sitting in one of those baby Bjorns, floating through the
I'm
sky.
like, all right, dude. Can we pull it in again and then go a little further?
Cut that thing.
But the second time I went, we fell for a lot further, and it was a nice day, so I saw a lot more. How fast did you pull it on Most Dangerous Game?
It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
It was
Like, what do you guys mean? Like 10 seconds?
No,
5 seconds?
I would say my first one was sub 5.
I would say we were like 10.
My second one was probably 15, something like that, but like maybe 10. I don't know. I don't know the
A
exact
good
times, but it
10
felt
count is a
longer.
long time,
Yeah.
to be fucking flying through the air.
My first one was just like right away.
And you put your arms out, right? So you're not like moving or anything like that, right?
No.
Yeah.
And my
'Cause
guy
that's
kept
where it
trying
gets
to
really
like talk to me, and I was like, well, now we have so much more time. And,
Yeah.
like, I don't like make conversation. now.
My buddy had a
Yeah, I mean, you got
was-
somebody like their dick strapped to your back. And you gotta like talk to them, right?
when I was, this is probably the same summer actually, one summer in Newport, my buddy's car broke the radio, and when we'd go party like buddy's apartment on the Cape and stuff like that, and when we drive, he had a note, he had a cheat sheet of just things to talk about. And we caught him one time, like, what's in your hand over there?
Wait, while you were driving? Wait, what? A cheat sheet for you guys to talk?
Just like for topics. We'd be like, you guys see what's going on in
Your friend?
G-Man.
G-Man had a cheat sheet to talk to his friends?
It was like one time, but it was like
It better have only been one time.
like,
What?
I actually don't even think I was in the car. I think I was in a different car. I think he'd like prepared it. I think he was going with our buddy Sully, and he was like,
Were
I think it was,
they
like, the
not
first summer
friends?
they'd met, like, and
Oh,
so like,
that's
he
I
had
mean-
so.
So Joe Biden said that is one of the funniest things I've ever fucking heard. Put that in a skit right now. That is so, do you have a cheat sheet to talk to me?
And then they became like best friends because they started bagging on him.
Yeah.
A cheat sheet. He was like, the fuck is that, a cheat sheet over there?
So Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly broke up. Huh?
I can so vividly remember like sitting on the couch in our living room and watching G like writing stuff. I was like, what are you writing? He's like, I just stuff to talk about.
My man has social anxiety to the maximum.
But I was thinking about that because one, that was the same summer
That's so
as like
funny.
our first skydiving, but two, like having like fidgeting so much, and the skydiving instructor being like, "Hey, settle down up there, settle down," and then you pulling out just like, "So, what do you think about the Ukraine?"
Settle down. All right, last one. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into our interview with Gary Gulman.
In the book in high school, I remember listening to the theme to Cheers, and saying, "This is the funniest show I've ever seen," and the theme song makes me want to jump off a bridge. It's like, making your way in the world today. You want to go to this bar where everybody's a drunk.
And no one can pour a beer.
Yeah, but at least they know my name. That's how low the bar is for companionship. That they know my name, and they're glad I came. I have no family. I've drunk away everybody who was ever close to, but I could come here. And they know my name, and it was the saddest thing. And the funniest show on TV at the time. There was nothing like it.
Yeah, it was like number one for like years and years.
I remember I've watched that fairly recently, where I haven't gone through because it's like something like 12 seasons or something.
Yeah.
Like that. But I'm surprised how well it is.
It holds
funny.
up, especially the pilot. Like I've read a lot of books about writing screenplays and pilots and things, and they all point to the Cheers pilot as being like this blueprint or Rosetta Stone for writing a modern pilot. Like the opening scene is this clearly 13-year-old kid comes into the bar and says to Sam, what did he say? Can I get a beer, pal? And Sam says, can I get an ID? And he gives the kid the ID. He says, oh, you're 38 years old. So you were in Vietnam? It's a military ID. So you were in Vietnam? He says, yeah. He says, what was Vietnam like? He says, gross. And Sam says, well, that's what they always say. War is gross. And that's the opening of this series. You're like, of course it was going to be a hit. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And he says, sorry, soldier, I can't serve you. And then the kid, and he's a kid, he says, and this is the thanks we get. I mean, just brilliant. I'm telling it to you, and it's getting laughs.
What shows do you like?
Now, I love this show called Poker Face.
Oh yeah,
it's
Natalie Leon,
it's on Peacock.
Leon,
yeah, and I love that show. And
that I think is a great comeback to
what's that about?
Natasha Leon.
Natasha Leon, yeah.
I feel like with streaming, everything became everyone like to say like, "Oh, it's an 8-hour movie," and which is great, and I love those too.
Yeah,
but it kind of lost the procedural. Where I think Poker Face is like great. Like,
every episode is this great, and it's created by the guy who did the Glass Onion.
Yep.
And
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. What's the first one that was so big?
Knives Out.
Yeah, he did that. So it's got that mentality and that sensibility. And the other show my wife and I really like is this show called Top Boy, which is on Netflix, and it's kind of, they say it's like a British Wire, but it's so much darker and bleaker than The Wire, but it's so well acted, and I really like that show. And
anything I found like BBC and anything overseas usually hits pretty well.
Yes.
BBC.
Like
Better, I haven't seen
like
that.
Just came out on Hulu from not BBC, the other one, Sky Network, Sky TV, whatever. It's the other like British one. It's just like another kind of Luther-esque like crime procedural, and it's just like, yep, I'm in.
Yeah.
Not procedural, but crime, you know.
And then the sitcom, I was on Life and Beth on Hulu, and we shot a season this year, and I got to work with Michael Rappaport and Tim Daly, and the late Jimmy Buffett was on an episode,
way.
and Maria Bamford was on an episode. Amy Sedaris was on a couple of episodes. We got to film in New Orleans, which is so fun to have a small part on a show that is on location, because we had so much time to do stuff when I wasn't having to act. Amy
Sedaris must be awesome in New Orleans.
Amy Sedaris was hilarious, and then the
What's
woman
Buffett
who played
like in New
the woman who played Stifler's mom. What is it?
Jennifer
Coolidge. She was on. She was incredible. I mean, so funny, and it was. We had a great time.
Was Buffett? I feel like Buffett's kind of like a king in New Orleans.
Yeah, but I wasn't on set that day.
No.
I didn't work with Jimmy Buffett, but I did get to hang out with Rappaport, who's hilarious. We had so much fun. I didn't realize that.
He's sued Kevin.
Oh no. So fuck you, Gary. Wow. Fuck you.
Kevin's been in a
I've been in a deposition over Michael Rappaport.
Man.
Let me tell you, he and his lawyers did not present a good case.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna sit this one out. Jeez.
We were friends, and then
do I step in it?
He worked here. He worked here briefly.
He had a brief and shitty tenure here. It just did not end well, and then he became very combative. Very competitive. I think we're still getting sued, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a dead case, and then he revived it or something like that. It's like,
shoot,
the
what was I
business,
just going to
yeah.
say?
The business. It's this industry stuff,
I guess that's why they don't call it Show Friends.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.